Count Dankula. I'm in this thing where I can't go, and we're live. I was talking about it before, and every cunt goes, and we're live on live streams, but we are live. We are. I just couldn't say, and we're live. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How's it going?
Yeah, good. So, you're the guy with the fucking Nazi pug.
Yeah, when it caused a lot of trouble. Anyway,
yeah. So, man, look, thanks for joining me, man. I as I was saying to you off air, I had a few patrons that suggested that you might be a good interview, and I agree. So just to give us, can you give us the rundown? What happened? How did all this come up?
I did have like a YouTube channel, but like I didn't give a fuck about it. Like it was just absolute shit posts that I was uploading on it, and then I just sort of decided that like my girlfriend absolutely loves her pet pug, Buddha. Like she absolutely loves him more than anything, and I just thought it would be funny to train the dog into becoming, the most horrible thing that I could think of, which was a Nazi.
I get that. I fucking totally feel that. I get it.
Yeah, but that was the thing, is like I filmed it, and like I taught the dog to like raise its paw and jump around whenever I said gas the Jews, and then like like that was, and then I filmed it all to show my friends what I had done, and then like I showed it to my girlfriend, and she went apeshit.
She got mad. She got genuinely mad at you.
Yeah. It was a kind of. I thought it was like a pretend mad. She was just sort of playing angry, and then like I slowly realised she wasn't playing angry. She was actually genuinely very angry. So
she didn't even see the fucking like the dedication that went into it, because that's some cool training, man. That's
The thing was, like, after a few weeks, she'd kind of like calmed down about it, and she was fine with it. But then I got arrested, and she got really, really fucking angry again. And, like,
yeah, they do that.
That was the thing, is like, see, when I like got out of jail, I was pure like, don't be fucking angry at me. Like,
you were in jail. They took you to jail.
I got held in jail until my court date, which was only overnight, but it was still fucking boring, man.
Yeah, still fucking hell.
Yeah, like I was actually handcuffed and taken out of the house as well. They actually handcuffed me.
That's fucking dramatic as fuck. Like, because that'd be a pretty humiliating thing. Like, because your neighbours are going to see you getting carted off by the cops and all that. Like, and they're not going to think must have trained a pug to do a fucking Hitler salute. They're not going to be thinking. They're going to be thinking bad shit, but
where I'm from, arrests are actually very common in my street, so it was nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, as long as it fits in. But so one of the things I was asking you just before we went live was, what law, what sort of, where does the law cover? And so you're telling me that this hate speech law is Scottish in particular. It's not the whole of UK. Is that right?
Yeah, it's just that Scotland has a big problem with sectarianism in regards to Catholics versus Protestants. I don't know if you've heard of the whole rivalry between the football teams Celtic and Rangers. Well, Celtic represent the Catholics and Rangers represent the Protestants and stuff like that. So basically, anytime those two teams play each other, it's just absolute riot and chaos in the streets, lots of sectarianism. So they have kind of stricter laws to like mitigate stuff like that. So like that's the source of the stricter laws, but then obviously those are poured over to like other areas and other minorities until it's just like all forms of discrimination are now blanket covered by this law.
But aren't these fucking like don't these football teams have like hard cunts beating the fuck out of each other? Like,
oh yeah, they do, big time. Yeah, I used to work as a bouncer in Glasgow, and
they go after the hate speech. That doesn't. That kind of seems like mixed up priorities.
It's like even there's sort of football songs that they always sing at games, and a lot of them are banned because they're obviously the purpose of them is to antagonise the other people. Like one of the famous ones that Rangers sing, see, because like Celtic are all like Irish Catholics and stuff. One of the songs actually goes, Why don't you go home? Why don't you go home? The famine is over. Why don't you go home? like that type of shit.
And that's banned.
Yeah, totally banned. You're not allowed to say stuff like that at all. It's like it's weird. It's like I did a video on this not long ago. We've actually got people who are in prison for sending mean tweets to people. Like, no joke.
Like they've actually been sentenced to time in jail like that.
Yeah, one person got 2 years and 3 months. The other one got 3 years.
What? What sort of tweets are we talking?
It was one of them, like, albeit one of the guys did something pretty shitty. Over here, there was a very, very famous murder committed by 2 young teenage boys. Well, not even teenage. Fuck, the 2 kids weren't even teenagers, and they murdered a toddler. And
I remember that. Yeah.
And it was a case of the mother of the toddler is on Twitter, and this guy was sending her, like, the messages he was sending her were, like, absolutely disgraceful. But I think at most he should have been named and shamed, but, like, not sentenced to years in prison.
It shouldn't be a jail thing. It's fucking disgusting, but it's not. It shouldn't be a jail thing. Like, surely, like, it's words.
Exactly. That's the thing as well that happens. Like, the police as well here, they really push for hate crimes. So, like, say, for example, like, I was in the street, I'm outside a bar, I'm drunk. There's a guy who's trying to pick a fight with me, and he's a Pakistani. And then me and him end up fighting, beating the shit out of each other. The police come and break it up. Now, the police will immediately ask all the witnesses and everything. They won't care about the fact that I hit him. They'll be asking, what did I say? What was I saying while I was hitting him? Because they basically, they want to hear me calling him, you know, Packy bastard and all this other stuff, because it's not a case of the police just look for it. It's almost like the police want it, because it then stops being an assault, and then it becomes, you know, like a hate crime assault, and that's the heavier charge.
That's one of the things I was going to ask you. I mean, like I would have thought. I mean, these laws sound fucking ridiculous. I was going to ask you sort of what the coppers' attitudes towards these laws are, and so you're saying that they're pretty gung ho for them. They push them.
Oh yeah, it's like there's been loads of cases as well. I know people that have got into fights with people that just essentially weren't white, and the police always tried to push the hate crime narrative. And I've one of my friends, they were trying to charge him with hate crime because he got in a fight with a guy who was from Nigeria, I think, in Glasgow. And like my friend was going like that. No, I didn't punch him because he's black. I punched him because he's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, he's a cunt. The black was just secondary. That's fair.
Yeah, exactly. But the police always seem to push for the hate crime and everything. So it's like, and I've seen it happen as well. But it's like got to a point now where it's like, oh, like 600 hate crimes were reported in Glasgow last year, and that just makes me think, yeah, but how many of them were real? How many of them were actually real hate crimes? 600
people made insults. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
Tell me what was your reaction like? Because like I'm just trying to imagine like so you've with your girlfriend's dog. It was all fucking funny. Your girlfriend's a bit pissed off. Who gives a fuck? She'll get over it. And then cops come to your fucking door and go, "You're under arrest." Like, how did that fucking play out? Did you go? You're fucking kidding me, are you? You're joking, are you?
I was just like, my response was like, they turned up at the door and they were doing the whole, oh, I assume you know why we're here. And I was like, yeah, I've got a pretty good idea why you're here. And they say, so give us a brief rundown of what happened. And I just, you know, made a video that was a prank and posted it online. And then the police officer was so matter of fact. He just went, well, we're here to arrest you. And my response was just to go, okay. Like that was literally my response. Like, but the thing is as well, like, I don't suppose you've ever seen what happens when a Scottish girl is there and the cops tried to like arrest her boyfriend. Well, my girlfriend, she fucking kicked off. Like, did she really? Oh yeah, she was going ape shit, man. But like, it ended up like I was in my pajamas when they came to the house.
Oh, that's so sorry to cut you off, guys. Don't do any super chats for this stream. There's a PayPal link for Count Dankula's backup legal / beer fund in the chat. So if you can direct any super chats towards that, we'll send them his way. Yeah, sorry, man. So you're in your fucking pajamas. What did they have arrows on them? What sort of pajamas?
I was literally just sitting in like a pair of shorts and a vest, and I went, "Well, can I get changed first?" And the guy said, "Yeah, you can get changed." He went, "I need to come with you though," and it's like this whole thing is to make sure like I don't grab a weapon or like that type of stuff, man.
That's
but I was sort of sitting there like, well, I'm clearly not about to like start brawling with all these police officers, so like I'll be fine. Like, so like, but he had to stand there and like watch me getting changed, but I didn't care about it. But while he's like watching me getting changed and stuff, the other officer was going around the house taking pictures of everything.
Oh, that's fucked. That's fucked.
Like, taking pictures of everything and all that. But the only thing that was going through my head was like, oh, my weed. I've left my weed on my desk.
Did they give a fuck about it? Did they see your weed?
They didn't see it, which was amazing. Like, I'm actually amazed they didn't see it. But like,
isn't that bizarre though? You got to worry about your fucking your memes rather. Yeah, they missed the weed. It's the memes that come to get you for fucking hell. Tell me, when did have you got an idea of when, how long this particular law's been in place in Scotland?
Well, I know the sectarianism has been around for a while, but see when it sort of got blanketed out to everything, I'm not particularly sure. But I know that people getting hate crime charges in Scotland is pretty common. We do have racists here who hurl racist abuse at people and stuff like that.
Oh, there's racists everywhere. There's fucking racists everywhere. They do exist.
No, but it was just like, I've never seen any sort of evidence at all that the hate crime laws actually work. Like, see, because I worked as a bouncer, I worked in security, so I was working with a lot of people that had a very, very rich criminal history, like, so to speak, right? And there was a few guys that had actually been charged under hate crime laws, and all 4 of them that I worked with who'd been charged with hate crime, all of them were militantly racist. The hate crime charge did absolutely nothing to change their opinion. It just fortified it. And then one of them's actually a member of the SDL. Like, I don't know if you've heard of them.
What is it? Oh, the Scottish Defence League?
Yeah, them. He's actually a member of that. Like, and he says, and like the hate crime charge played a big part in it because he basically feels that the natives and white people of the country aren't being treated as good or as fairly as the minorities. So basically, all the evidence I've seen so far just suggests that hate crime laws themselves like actually encourage like hatred between races rather than stop it.
Well, that's a fair point. So do you reckon? I mean, in your estimation, do you think that? I mean, if the coppers were to see a Pakistani guy beating the fuck out of a native Scottish guy, white guy, saying you white cunt, would he get charged with a hate crime? Do you reckon?
Probably not. No. It's one thing I don't want to like quote on it because I'm trying to do more research into it, but stuff that I'm seeing so far just kind of shows that hate crime laws don't represent white people anywhere near as much as they do minorities. And even as far as the minorities go, some minorities are held in higher regard than others.
Is that right?
From the stuff that I'm seeing. So it's a case of, the law that is designed to apparently create equality itself treats people unequally.
So it creates inequality. That's fucked, isn't it? That is fucked. And so tell me, I mean, without going, I mean, if there's anything that you can't answer because of your court business and that, just tell me to fuck off. But I mean, what are you expecting? What are you expecting to cop out of this?
Well, as far as like the actual trial itself, now see, here's the thing, like, see how back in the day, like, see all the old judges, all the old school guys that have been, in the business since like the 60s and 70s. Ideally, they would be the guys that I want because those are the type of guys those are hardcore judges. Like, they don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Their word is law, their decision's their decision. Those are the old heroes of like the actual justice system, and it's one of them ideally that I would want. But unfortunately, the majority of them are all retiring, and now we're getting like the new wave judges and
the last thing you want is a progressive cunt. Fuck
that's what I'm worried about. I mean, I'm hoping in the sense that like the majority. opinions and stuff like that is that people recognise it was a joke, and the majority of people found it funny. I'm even getting people as well that are saying, I actually found the joke completely tasteless, but Jesus Christ, the guy didn't deserve to get arrested. And stuff like that. It's like, that's, you know, there's only a tiny portion of people I'm actually saying that I actually deserve prison and stuff like that for what I did.
That's insane. That seems insane to hold that opinion. Like, even if you're mortally offended by a joke, prison, for fuck's sake.
That was the thing. I spoke about this earlier actually as well. See, when I was actually in the court waiting to go to my trial, like this is when I was transported from the jail to the courthouse. You're just put in this big holding cell with a bunch of other cons. And
what fuckers are you in there? Were you in there like rapists and fucking murderers and shit? Or, what are we talking?
No, the thing is, one of them was actually my friend. Like, it was quite funny. As soon as I got led into the cell, we were like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?"
Well, that's a plus. That's a plus.
Yeah, but like they were going around the room doing the whole "what you in for" thing, and one guy's like, "I hit someone in the face with a meat cleaver," or "I got caught with a kilo of cocaine."
Did you make something up? Did you say, "Oh,
no,
fucking,
I literally,
two gangsters, you fucking cunts"?
No, I literally just turned around and went, I made a video of my dog doing a Nazi salute.
My lapdog put his arm in the air when I said some words.
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. Do you know how fucking embarrassing that shit is? All of them started laughing at me. They all started laughing, and like the guy next to me, like even though the guy next to me was laughing, he said, "If you go to prison, don't tell people that because you will get the shit kicked out of you." That's just good to know.
Yeah. It's probably not good for your fucking your image. That's
yeah.
But I mean, what sort of? I mean, if you can elaborate, as I said, tell me to fuck off if you can't. What's like the worst you expect? Can you?
The maximum sentence is a year in prison.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, there was even down in England, I think it was, I can't remember if it was a 2-year or a 1-year sentence, but a group of people, they got at least a year each because they threw bacon sandwiches at a mosque.
Oh.
Yeah, and one of them actually died in prison as well.
That is fucked.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's unimaginable. So we've got, I mean, unfortunately, we've got similar a similar law in Australia under the Racial Vilifications Act. You know, that talks about, you know, offence of the, you know, of the person, you know, who was on the receiving end of the fucking insult or the, you know, the whatever. But I've never seen it pushed this far. I've never seen it pushed. You know, I've seen some journalists and shit and some, you know, some reporters and that sort of thing sort of get taken, you know, get sued type thing and get, you know, penalized that way, but not like jail, not like full criminal fucking trials. That's fucked.
I know this is the whole thing. Like, remember, like back in the day when everyone used to sort of like shout, "Oh, this is becoming like 1984," and people would roll their eyes. Well, it's actually getting to the point where people are stopping rolling their eyes and going like, "Just shit, dude." Like, it actually is getting to that point.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it is, because I mean, fucking, you know, they talk about, they go as far as talking about thought crime in that. I was actually reading a bit of that the other day. But I mean, what's the difference between thought crime and hate speech? They're pretty much the same thing, because if you can't express your thoughts, then, you know, you're pretty much being told that you can't have those thoughts, aren't you?
Well, that's the thing is, like, you can tell people that they can't have thoughts, and you can, you know, make the opinions that they have illegal, but that in no way makes it go away. Like, people will still always be racist, and people still will always have these thoughts, and then, but all they'll do is just hide it and everything. But like the thing that I said, that why that's bad for the future, right, is I made this point earlier today as well, and it was see how, for example, picture a society where hate crime laws are absolute and you're totally not allowed to hate any minority at all. You've got 10 people running for office. You've no idea how any of them fucking feel. You could literally be voting in for the next Hitler, this guy that absolutely hates a minority, and as soon as he gets into power, he's going to start making a few changes. Like, that's why it's important that we know who the people are. Like, a lot of people,
you sort of want to be able to fucking, you want to be able to you don't get an idea of who they are, don't you? Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I don't want to. Whenever I'm voting, for a political party or voting for the next prime minister, I don't want to be voting in an absolute racist. Like, so I want to know who the fuck they are.
Yeah, yeah, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. So, tell me, have you had many? Because you must get some cult fucking followers. Have you had cult followers? Have you had people contact you and go, "Oh, you're the Nazi pug guy"? Because it is pretty famous, this story. It's a lot of people fucking know about it.
It's like, see how you're in Coatbridge where I live. I can say my name and my docs, by the way. The paper's already doxed me. No, but I see, because it's such a small town mentality, fucking everybody knows who I am, and I'll be out walking the dog and people will drive by in their car, Nazi saluting out the windows and shouting, "See Kyle, big man," and all that. Past, and I'm just like, thanks guys.
Oh, isn't that a fucked up state of affairs? I mean, not that anything should happen to them, but you got people driving past you, Nazi saluting you, yet you're the cunt in court for teaching the pug how to fucking do it.
That's the thing is, but like, see, whenever that happens, I'm sort of like, yeah, that helps. I'm walking down the street and people are saluting me like that and stuff like that, man. Yeah. But like, I've never really had like any sort of shit for the video. I've had it with two people. Like, one person says that I was a racist and stuff like that, but it was conveniently as I was throwing him out of a club that he had that opinion. Yeah. Funny that. But the other person was actually my neighbour. In fact, I should have told you this off the bat. My neighbour, who stays across the road, here's the story. Like, me and Sue, who's my girlfriend, we were going out to a tattoo appointment, and we got in the car, and the neighbour across the road was like flipping us off and screaming, and I rolled the window down like, "What the fuck's wrong?" And she just started screaming, "You're a Nazi bastard! You're a Nazi bastard!" And I was like, "Okay, bye then." And we drove away. We came back to realise that she took one of the dog shit bins for the park and threw it against her front door and covered the fucking door in dog shit. Right now, I called the cops, right? The cops came, we explained everything that happened. They went across the road and arrested her, right? Now, here's the thing is, right, they didn't give a fuck about the dog shit on the door, right? They arrested her because
for flipping the bird?
No, for calling me a Nazi bastard, and charged her with hate crime as well.
Oh, that's fucked.
But this is the thing is, the police came and told me that, and I went, okay, I didn't give the tiniest fuck that she called me a Nazi bastard. I cared about the fact that I had to fucking scrape dog shit off my fucking front door.
Yeah, I'd have been the same. Fucking hell. That is fucking backward, isn't it? Fuck. I can't believe like how you're saying that the cops sort of seem pretty gung ho to push these things. Like I sort of pictured like some cops going, we've got to do it. We've got to do it. These fucking new laws, Like, I thought they'd be fairly fucking, sympathetic towards you. But it sounds like they're
the thing is, like, a few of them are. I don't hold too much blame for the police, because it's a case of no matter what the fucking laws are, they have to uphold them. I know tons of police that can't wait for it to be legalized. Yeah. So they still need to arrest people for weed, but they don't like doing it, but they still have to do it. So yeah, I don't hold any animosity to the cops or anything like that. It's whether they liked it or not, they had to arrest me.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But it's I don't know. It seems the picture you're painting is they're pretty zealous in pushing these these fucking draconian laws.
Yeah, one of the things that we've noticed about a lot of calls, like Coatbridge is a very rough place, as even as far as like Scottish cities go. But one thing that the cops have been caught doing here a lot, and they get away with it a lot, is see how the way that everyone always says that they do with black guys in America. Like, a black guy was spotted robbing a shop, quick, grab the nearest black guy, like that type of shit. Like, we get that here. Like, I know people that have been arrested just because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, just like walking home from work and everything, and you were the only guy in the area, so the cops just grab him and you spend the night in jail. And when they finally realise, like, a day or 2 days later, that it's not you, they just go, "Well, sorry, chum," and just let you out. As if, and you're sitting there like, "What the fuck? You just locked me up for 2 days."
Incredible. but the Nazi pug.
Yeah.
Tell me, what if you can, again, I mean, what specifically is it? Was your crime the fact that you are in possession of a dog saluting Hitler, or is the crime the fact that you said gas the Jews?
It's the gas the Jews comment. It was just like, obviously because that was like the trigger word, but I think they're going to throw like the Nazi salute and stuff like that. And well, a lot of the stuff I obviously can't state. I'm going to do a video on it once the trial's over, obviously, but I've got the evidence. See how your defence gets presented with the evidence sheet of stuff that they're using against you. And I've read through it, and some of the stuff is so far-reaching. It's like, see how whenever someone states a point and you can understand how they arrived at that point. I was looking at some of the evidence on here going, how did you take this and arrive to this? That's the stuff. I'm gonna do a full video breaking it all down once this is over.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
That's if you don't spend a year in the slammer. Fingers crossed. I'm sorry to laugh. It's fucking absurd. It is absurd.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what. If you do go to jail, if you go to jail, that's ridiculous. But if you go to jail, I will start a movement of pugs around the world. We'll just get heaps of cunts to do it. We'll get everyone to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing is I had people actually like copycatting me and like making their animals do it as well. There was another guy in America who actually did it himself, but he uploaded it on an anonymous YouTube account and stuff like that, and he was like smart by it. But he actually private messaged me going like that. Like he actually made like just a fake account to contact me, going, "Hey, I'm actually the guy that did that," and everything. Yeah. And he was like, "I'm in the papers," and then he says, "Aren't you jelly?" Because nobody knew who he was and stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, thanks, man."
Yeah, but he would have been completely safe anyway. He's in America. He's got every fucking right to do that.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is everyone keeps telling me to like move to America and stuff like that as well. Yeah. I
mean, in terms of the expression laws, fucking hell, yeah, America's looking pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm going to wait and see how things play out with Russia first. I don't want to, uproot from Scotland and move over to America just to have Putin nuke the shit out of me. Like,
yeah. Just keep a side eye on China too. China might work. Yeah. Tell me, was it in Scotland? I think it might have been in England itself, but wasn't there a city where they were pushing for strict misogyny laws? Was that?
I don't even need to look into this to tell you that it'll probably be Edinburgh. Probably be Edinburgh. That's the capital. That's the place that's all trendy and nice and has lots of very, very left-leaning hipster art students and stuff like that all over it. It's one of these cities. There's a big Antifa presence there as well.
Antifa.
Oh yeah. But do you want to know the thing that's like super fucking awkward? My cousin is actually in Glasgow Antifa.
Oh, you're joking? Did you give him hell of it?
Yeah. There was lots of fun occasions where I met up with him in town not long ago, and I was walking around with him and two of his Antifa friends, and like they knew about me and everything. They knew we disagreed, but we were being cool about it. But I decided to be a bit of a dick, and as we were walking down the street, I was just pointing at random people, going, "Is that a Nazi? Is that a Nazi? What about them? Is that a Nazi?" And then I pointed to some like 90-year-old woman, going, "Oh, she's definitely a Nazi."
How'd they handle that?
He was just sort of like, "Oh, haha, very funny," and like, and he just sort of tried to play it off.
Well, mate, by the if you're a bouncer and you got fucking tattoos and shit, by the sound of you, I don't think too many Antifa type guys would face off with you. I'm gonna make that fucking assumption.
No, it's just that there's a bit more sense here with the sort of like Antifa groups and stuff like that. Like the way that it operates with police here is, see if there's a giant fight, the cops don't get involved. What they do is they'll just look at the CCTV later and just round up everyone that was involved in the fight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've seen that happen many a time. So it's but the Antifa guys know this and everything as well. So they're
Is there much friction in the UK with Antifa and shit?
There isn't so much. There's a place that I'm actually moving to called Wisher, right? And what actually happened there recently was there's a few Syrian refugees moving into Wisher, and the SDL actually went there to protest. And obviously Antifa and all the other anarcho-communist guys and all that turned up to counter-protest and everything. And it ended up getting so extreme that the police actually went around every single like store on the main street and just told everyone to like pull down the shutters, lock the stores, and go home for the day. And they sent a message out to everyone saying, just stay in your homes, don't go out in the streets, because there was just battles happening all over Russia.
Yeah, Jesus, but Nazi pugs.
But Nazi pugs are the problem. we don't need the canines that are trying to, you know, start the Fourth Reich or anything like that.
Yeah, let's clog up the court system with the Nazi fucking pugs. That's fucking it's unbelievable. It's hard to get over that. That's fucking ridiculous. When did it happen? How long ago did it happen?
This was April last year. It's
taken a while to get to court, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's taken a long time to get to court. It was supposed to be in March, but it got delayed, and then it was supposed to be, you know, yesterday, and it got delayed again.
I heard it got fucking adjourned to a Saturday. Now I can't see a court being open on a Saturday. Is there any truth to that?
That was the thing. Is like my lawyer told me that date, and then I put that date in my video, and then everyone was like, "Dank, that's a Saturday," and I was like, "Yeah, it fucking is," you know what, man? But like my lawyer's was closed, so I had to email my lawyer, and I got an email this morning saying, "Oh no, it's your pre-trial diet is on the 27th, so it's on the 27th of July. So that's not even the actual trial. That's just the pre-trial, which is just a thing where the defense, the prosecutor, and the judge all go, are we good to go? We're good to go. Like, that's what that's for." And then they plan the actual date of the trial. So even though it's on the 27th of July, the trial might not be for another week or 2 weeks after that date. So it's probably going to be fucking August now.
Fucking imagine the amount of tax dollars that's going into this. So you got to pay a fucking judge. You got to pay fucking lawyers. It's unimaginable, isn't it? There'd be thousands upon thousands of dollars going into this Nazi pug.
Honestly, the main reason people are kicking off is like the taxpayers' money, because like one thing that our courts have very badly is a very large back catalogue to work through. Hence why, you know, trials like mine take about a year and a half.
I can fucking imagine.
Yeah. So people are basically saying like, stop taking people to court for fucking dumb shit, like fucking like parking tickets that they refuse to pay. That's the case, by the way. See, if you refuse to pay a fine, you get dragged up in court again immediately.
What for a single fine?
Yeah, for a single fine. Like one of my friends got a fine for drinking in the street. Yeah, you get. I think it's about. Well, it might have changed now. I think it's about a £60 fine for drinking in the street, and he refused to pay it. And the police actually turned up at his house and arrested him.
Oh my god, you Scots though! I thought fucking drinking in the streets would be a fucking staple. Fucking, I mean, we've got laws against drinking in the street, but we fucking drink in the street. Let me tell you, we drink in the street.
It's legal in Edinburgh, funnily enough, you know, the very liberal place that doesn't really have a lot of crime and stuff like that. But everywhere else, it's very illegal.
They're allowed to drink they're allowed to sip their fucking Bacardis in the street. That's nice.
I think it's because people from Edinburgh aren't really capable of, you know, committing crime or picking fights. You know, they're all too busy talking about their favourite kind of hummus.
Favourite kind of hummus.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! Is there anything pertinent? Do you think? Because I mean, we've very much done this on the fly. Is there anything pertinent I've forgotten to ask you? Is there anything juicy I've forgotten to ask you that you'd ask you?
No, I think it's just obviously I've kind of sort of becoming a free speech advocate, you know, like not by choice. I think everyone's just sort of decided you're the guy. Like you're the guy.
I think you are. You're a bit of an icon for sure. I mean, as I said before, lots of people know about you, man.
I'm sort of just trying to like make the best of it, just because like even I've said it to everyone. A lot of people didn't like this comment, but I said even Nazis and paedophiles deserve a platform to speak their views. Because a lot of people think if you do a platform, then it's like, oh, suddenly the entire room's going to be converted to what they believe. Like that's not the point of it. Like you get like
exactly.
Debates. Like a lot of people don't understand the purpose of debates. Like see, for example, see how if you get two people on stage having a debate, the purpose of the debate isn't for the one guy to convince the other guy otherwise, because that's never going to happen. I've never seen that happen in the debate. The job is to win the audience. That's the point, which is why I don't want people just to look at Nazis and go, Nazis are bad because Nazis. Right, I want people to. It's not enough for people to just know that it's bad. I need people to know why it's bad. So when they personally get pressed and challenged on the views, they know where they stand. Because I want people to look at things like paedophilia and Nazism, and I want them to know all about it and be well versed in it. And I want to see how the critically thinking people that we need, that universities have stopped producing. Those are the type of people that we need in society that can look at things like this and go, that has absolutely no logical basis in a modern society. It's not good for the whole. We reject it. Well
said. Well said. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. Tell me, are you familiar with a male feminist called Steve Shives?
Yeah, I'm blocked, obviously.
Everyone, you're not special, man. You're not fucking special. Every motherfucker.
No, I know.
Fucking I just uploaded a video about him before. He's hit a new high. He actually argued that to debate anyone, they've got to pretty much hold the same views as him.
yeah. What was it? I watched it. What was it he said? It was something like, people are that fake it till they make it. All that happens is these people bluff, and people keep believing their bluffs. And when they're supposed to stop bluffing, they don't stop bluffing. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. And of course, I'd reject a debate with anyone, any one of these people who thinks like this. They've got to be educated in feminism. They've got to fucking think like me, and then we'll debate. Like, it's going to be a fucking productive debate, dickhead. Fucking hell.
That's the thing, man. It's just like, who does he talk to? He talks to
himself. There's no one ever on his fucking channel, is there? He talks to himself quite, and his teddy bears. Have you seen his teddy bears? He's stuffed fucking animals.
No, I haven't seen those. No.
He literally does a fucking a weekly fucking video where he's got about 5 stuffed animals, and he puts them in positions, and they're like his friends and shit, and he does voices for them and interacts with them. I'm not joking. I'm not fucking joking.
I think that's him totally realised. Well, that's what happens when you block everyone and get cabin fever. You just social interaction's important.
Yeah.
To prevent you from going fucking insane.
Yeah, no shit.
I've had a few run-ins with a good few people from that lot. I've had Kevin Logan. He's my favourite. I love Kevin.
Kevin's quality.
Yeah, my wee Floggy Woggy. I love him.
What
I love him so
much.
Floggy Woggy. Yeah, it's just I just like to annoy him on Twitter. He's just fun, right? He only just recently unblocked me.
You know what? I just can't believe he's still single. How he hasn't been fucking snapped up is beyond me. He's a sensitive fucking feminist guy. He's a great personality, and it's unbelievable.
I think he's probably one of those like male feminists that are like, I was told there would be women. Like,
I was told there's chicks here. I think you're spot on, man. I think you're spot on. Oh fuck, man! Is there anything? Is there, I think we've covered just about everything. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I'm pretty happy with everything that I've put forward, man. Just going to hope that everything goes well now.
Yeah, of course. Well, as I said, a lot of people know about it. I think a lot of people are fucking are backing you. As I said, mate, if they make you set foot in jail, I will start a movement of Nazi animals for you, mate. We'll be behind you.
Thanks very much, dude. I don't know if that'll earn me more time, but
mate, it'll be fucking funny for us though. It'd be fucking funny for us. But man, look, let's stay in touch. I'm interested to check out your YouTube channel in general, so I'll leave a link to that in the description if everyone wants to check that out. But let's stay in touch and follow this for sure, man.
Nice one, man. Thanks very much.
All right, good to meet you, mate. All the best.
Good meeting you, dude. Cheers.
Cheers.